All right, we're rolling.
I have pants on today.
Yeah.
No, I just got off work. Don't get excited.
Crack it open.
I'm joking. Can you guys see my pants?
I mean, I can make it where they can see your pants if you want them to see your pants.
I feel kind of proud of myself for wearing some clothes today.
Welcome back to episode 3 of What Do You Believe? With David Glick and Kyle Martin Greer.
All right, let's just get right into it. Elon Musk's alleged response to Tesla racism complaints. Be thick-skinned and accept apology report. All right, let me read this if you guys haven't read this. This is dated.
Where's it from?
20 minutes ago. So today's the 13th of November, 2017.
I don't know. What's the source, though? What?
Google. Google doesn't lie about anything.
I know, but...
Jalopnik?
Jalopnik.
That sounds pretty legit.
Yeah, Jalopnik.
I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Well, wait, can we say the name on a podcast? Okay.
If they posted it, it's public.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Another former Tesla employee seeking permission from a judge to sue for racial harassment on behalf of 100 affected workers. According to a report from Bloomberg Technology, the complaint Vaughn versus Tesla Inc. in Superior Court, California. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla workers, including the supervisors, regularly use derogatory and discriminatory language against African-American workers. Here's more. Okay, let me read a little bit more. It's
so Tesla employees are complaining about how other Tesla employees are using discriminating language.
This is directly from the lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of, let's see. Vaughn alleged that employees and supervisors regularly use the N-word around him and other black colleagues. Vaughn said he complained in writing to Human Resources, and Musk was terminated in... Oh, so Vaughn complained, and then he was terminated for not having a positive attitude.
Whoa. So this guy complained about people dropping the N-bomb, which is, I mean, if they had a lot of reasons to, but then he got fired for it? Is that what you're saying? Because he was complaining about...
Isn't Elon Musk from South Africa? Is it racist down there? I've never been.
I don't know. I've never been. Yeah, I know South Africans.
I don't know the story.
But I've never talked about that to them.
This is totally a guess, but I'm guessing the British took over part of Africa.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't surprise me.
They took over the whole world at one point, I believe.
Not the U.S. We fought back, motherfuckers. The Boston Tea Party. We won it.
We won that Boston Tea Party.
Do you know very many British people? Like legit British people? I don't actually know that many.
I know. Ooh, I did. I don't know. I can't talk about that.
Okay.
I don't know why I brought that up.
I don't even know. I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Whisper it in my ear.
Yeah, whisper it in your ear later.
Okay. Does it have to do with an employer that we're both mutually employed?
No, it has to do with very famous British people, and I was like, I was about to say their name, and I was like, oh man, I might get in trouble if I say their name.
Oh, because it's like gossip about.
Yeah, about work, and it was work.
Oh, okay.
So.
But wait, do you know anyone personally that's British?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah, kind of. There's not that many British people in LA.
I do, but they're in England.
You think there's like a British
Malcolm Campbell?
A British what do you call yourself when you're living in another country, an expatriate or something?
If you're living in another country?
Yeah, like a British person living in LA.
Foreigner?
Yeah, well, I think they call it like an expat. You know, like expat. Like if I'm
that sounds fancy.
Oh yeah, you never heard that? Heard that term?
Nope.
I might be using it wrong though. It might mean that you've denounced your citizenship. I'm not sure.
Whoa.
Expat. Expatriate. You never heard that? Expatriate, person temporarily or permanently residing in a country other than that of their citizenship. Yeah. You never hear people say like, oh, he's an expat.
I've never heard anybody say he's an expat.
Oh, okay. Well,
they go, he's a foreigner. You know.
If that lawsuit at Tesla's real, I mean, I guess it's a real lawsuit that they're trying to get the judge apparently hasn't approved it, if I read that right. But who knows? Maybe there's a bunch of racist managers at Tesla. But the problem is if you can sue for anything, Tesla's going to become, they're probably going to discriminate in the future is what might happen.
What do you mean by that?
Be careful how I say this. If they feel in the future that by hiring certain groups, and it can be any group, it really doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter what group it is, but if they feel that by hiring that group, they
open themselves up to liability.
Yeah, to a lawsuit by that group later on.
It could be
It could actually
sexual preference as well.
totally, yeah, could be anything, yeah.
Yeah.
America, you can sue for anything now, and I've never been an employer, but I think it would be crazy to be an employer because you're constantly in fear of your employees suing you for this or for that. I mean, is North Carolina like that? California is an unusual state. Most of the U.S. isn't like that. Like in Oklahoma, oh my God, the stuff that they would, pull over on the employees out there when I worked at restaurants. Never would.
What would they do?
What, 30-minute break? Like, are you kidding?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, okay. So it's like, hey, can I have a break? You'd be like, yeah, after that table finishes dessert, just like shout out something in the back for 5 seconds and then get back on the floor. We need you.
Right.
I mean, like in North Carolina, would you guys get like a guaranteed,
No.
in the 15 minutes every 2 hours? In California, if you work for 4 hours, you're guaranteed by law if you have to ask for it. But the law says that if you ask, your manager has to give you a 10-minute break every 2 hours of work. Every 120 minutes, you're required to have a 10-minute break if you ask. And then like every 5 hours, your employer has to approach you for the 30-minute break.
Yeah, that's a very good law to have, I would think.
It's good. Yeah, totally. It is good, but it's just crazy that, like, say, like, where we work at. Say, you have to bleep that one out.
Yeah. I can.
Say, like, they forget to tell you because they are just, like, really crazy busy.
Uh-huh.
And then you purposefully miss your lunch break so that you can later sue them. Like, you might actually win the lawsuit. What if you do that, like, 20 times in a row and you, like, show a pattern of being ripped off on your lunch break because you kind of, like, wander around?
Yeah, well, I think there are
maybe
people like that.
I'm probably more like libertarian about this than you are. You're probably still a bit more left leaning on this one. I just feel like there's so many lawsuits, like, for so much crazy stuff. And I don't know about the one at Tesla. I mean, that would be crazy if Elon Musk, like, what did he say? Let's see, it says here.
There's a lot of companies I work for that are supposed to give you that 30-minute break and don't.
Yeah, and I think that's BS also.
They definitely break the law.
Yeah, if there's an agreement worked out between the people, then yeah, they should give you the break. Totally. Actually, here's a question, though. Like at the catering company that we worked at together for quite a while.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if they ever didn't give me a 30-minute break, they were 100% on the mark about giving me the meal penalty thing. What do you call it? That's like a time and a half or something, or it's an extra hour of pay.
If you don't get a break and you work through your break, you get an hour's worth of pay.
Yeah. So like if you miss a
penalty.
30-minute lunch, you get not only paid for that, but you basically get double pay. So for those 30 minutes, you're getting double pay.
Not really.
Well, yeah, you are.
The way the event works out, you don't really get double pay.
Yeah, but if the event's like, it doesn't matter how many hours, they come up with an hour. If the event's like 8 hours and you take off 30 minutes, they don't pay you for 30 minutes, right?
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. And then if like suddenly they pay you for those 30 minutes plus another 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's double pay.
Gotcha. I got your math now, bro.
Yeah. They're just basically for those 30 minutes they're taking. But okay, anyway, so did they ever do that to you? Did we say the name? We didn't say the name, yeah.
They're
pretty legit.
They are pretty legit. There has been times with other catering companies that my checks never showed up, or I didn't.
That happened to me one time.
I didn't get that meal penalty, or it's.
Did you pursue it?
Oh hell yeah! I always take a picture of every timesheet because that's your receipt. Like, they don't give you anything. There's absolutely no proof of how many hours you worked other than their records. And at the end of the day, they can
Kyle, you're too smart to be catering, dude. Get out of there.
I know I'm trying to do this podcast with a buddy of mine because I know how intelligent we are.
We're going to get 1 million views. 2 million.
Well, I think we can, dude. I believe we can go as far as our imagination will let us. That's how far I think we can go.
We have to expand it.
Expand our imagination?
No, we have to get on like IFC or I don't even know where podcasts go. I really don't. Podcast network?
Well, I think it just needs to go out to the people who think like us. And the people who are our friends, they would share it and share it and share it, you know. It's exponential. All you got to do is just be consistent and put out good stuff. And hey, and by the way, thank you, all you good folks out there that have listened to our first and second podcast so far, and this one. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
You think a lot of these podcasts, they open it up with like an advertisement.
They usually do advertisement first.
Yeah. What if like on our podcast we just start opening up with like an uninvited, unpaid advertisement for the beer that's in your hand right there, and then we contact them later on and say you owe us money. try to get money later on.
I did that with Audible for the first episode, but
dude, I think that they can totally get you to take your podcast down, or they can like scrub our name
if they didn't like it.
Yeah.
But
which they won't.
But
because we say offensive stuff.
They will love us. But
Audible, maybe.
I was thinking about putting up, like my friend. I have a friend, Jason Hill, who's an amazing artist, and I was thinking about putting his artwork in my background and like letting people know that his website and where they can find it, where they can get prints for stuff, and not just him, like other artists, and if there's musicians or something like that. And if you're listening to this, send us an email with if you're interested in sending in any artwork or music. Like we can put music in here, or we can feature an artist or something like that.
The music has to be their own music, right?
Yeah, original music. Yeah.
And then how much are we going to charge them? I think it should be a really hefty sum.
Well, at first it's going to be free. It's going to be absolutely free.
Oh, F that. For these artists, these struggling artists, we're not giving them any free space.
I think we should.
They're working an extra shift at the catering company. They want to be on this screen right here.
But yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Like helping your friends out, or if your friends like make crafts or anything.
Dude, I'm joking around. I'm joking around about charging Kyle. If your friends are listening right now, I'm joking around about making you guys work an extra shift at your catering company so that you can sling your art up on the green screen. There's actually a name for it, right? Where they do that in coffee shops, and then the coffee shop takes a little percentage.
Yeah.
Consignment or something.
I wouldn't take a percentage or anything. But
I know. I'm just joking around.
I was telling my buddy Jason, I was like, because he sent me some samples of some artwork he's done. I was like, man, you really need to push this stuff because he's good. He's got this new kind of style that I've only seen him do, and I ordered this unicorn from him. That's really cool.
I'm gonna hold the jokes on this one, Kyle.
Don't, man, let him fly. That's why we got this podcast. Let him fly.
Dude, the unicorn jokes are quickly going to go scrubbed from YouTube. You're going to quickly violate the terms of service.
So I got a unicorn and I got an elephant.
Taylor knows what unicorn jokes I'm going to come up with. Actually, Taylor's such a perv. He'd come up with worse ones, I'm sure. Taylor, no one else knows who you are, but I know who you are. Wink, wink.
Taylor's a good guy.
Oh, Taylor's awesome. Yeah, Taylor knows it. He met my mom. She just loved him. Taylor, she loves you so much. I'm going to leave it at that, though.
I've never met your mother.
She's here in town.
Yeah.
She's here till...
She's still here?
Tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, I think going back on Wednesday to San Diego. And then we'll probably go down there. Yeah, she's here till like probably Sunday. She doesn't actually have a flight back yet.
Where you guys want to hang out tomorrow?
We could, maybe. It'd have to be after 1 because I'm going to be working tomorrow. Are you off work tomorrow?
Yeah, I am.
God, you guys are probably bored right now listening to us talk about our weekly schedule.
I know. Let me talk about something that.
How about that Tesla lawsuit?
Yeah. What about
and how be careful what you wish for.
I served
suing everybody.
I served Brad Pitt a glass of sparkling water at an event recently.
Did he give you any unicorn signals?
No,
like a ding?
He didn't give me any unicorn signals. He goes, "Let me get a glass of sparkling water." I go, "You like dogs?" He goes, "What?" I go, "You want a lime with that?" He goes, "Yeah."
What'd you call it, dogs?
I say, "You like dogs?" He goes, "What?" I was like, "You want a lime with that?"
It's a reference from a movie, huh?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I haven't seen it.
It's this movie named Snatch.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's freaking funny.
It's a cult following movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what one I just saw? Have you seen Donnie Darko?
Yes, I have seen that.
It's a pretty good movie, man.
It's spooky and weird, but I like it.
You should watch some David Lynch movies. They're really similar if you haven't seen them. Or like Juan. Do you know Juan?
Juan?
Yeah, from work.
It's about I thought I thought you were naming the title of a movie. I was like, Juan, is it about a Hispanic guy?
No, well, Juan is Hispanic. Yeah, he works with us. No, Juan's really cool, but he keeps telling me to go see Donnie Darko, so I actually watched it. I saw that it was playing in the theater. I was like, this one's for you, Juan. And then I show up there because Juan has a boner for this movie, and the star of the movie's there.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I felt so bad for Juan.
Oh, I had a couple of friends that were there that went to that.
Yeah, I think you might have told me that. Who was there?
My buddy Jesse O'Neill.
Okay, does he care if you say his name?
Oh, he
on this
doesn't care.
racist
He doesn't
podcast.
care.
We're racist.
He's a cool guy. He used to
We're
be
not
my,
really racist.
He used to be my roommate
I
for
like
a few
girls
years.
of every nationality and ethnicity.
He actually like helped me totally land in LA because I landed initially in San Diego.
Oh, this is a good story. That's a good story right there. But let me just throw this one out there. Tell the listeners about the house you lived in San Diego. If you're not ashamed of it, he's ashamed of it. It's such a dirty house.
What are you talking about?
Oh wait, maybe you were lying when you told me this story. You told me a story about like living in a house with mice. You know,
No, they had raccoons.
Oh, raccoons. Okay.
They had raccoons.
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
So
Raccoons, not mice. Yeah, even
so
better.
yeah, this is a good story. So this is my moving to LA story. I decided to move to LA. I had my buddy and cousin Jason Welch ride with me. It took me like 2 days. He drove when I was sleeping, and I drove when he was sleeping from North Carolina here.
Wait, in 48 hours?
Like
That's really fast, dude. It takes
maybe 3 days.
Yeah, well, that's
Maybe-
still really
let's
fast.
let's
yeah.
say 3 days. It seemed like 2
I drive really slow.
because we were going, man. I was like, I'm trying to get to California.
Were you nervous?
I was excited.
Yeah.
I was just
Maybe
I was
a little bit
so
nervous.
excited,
Were
man. I
you
was
like,
just so
"Fuck, I don't
excited.
mind
I just didn't know
money."
what was going on. You know,
Did you come with any money at all?
I came with like $1,000.
Yeah, I was the
That's
same way when I came
it.
out here.
I
think I had
My mom's like,
2,000.
"Do you got any money?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a lot of money." It's like it was $1,000.
I was basically the same way. What's crazy is I've stayed at that same exact amount. It never goes up or down.
Yeah, no. Every
Like it's right there, just always.
every January, it's
Yeah.
like I'm right at the same spot. It's so crazy. Anyways,
all the
so
traveling.
I met this guy in North Carolina named Chris, and him and his girlfriend were living in San Diego, and he's like, "Hey man, whenever you want to move to California, let me know. You can crash at our place." I was like, "Cool." So I get there, and I talked to him ahead of time. I'm cool to stay there until I find another place in LA because that's where I'm trying to get to, and I pay him a rent. And then a week later, he comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, man," he goes, "Me and my wife are pregnant, and we just bought plane tickets to North Carolina with your money, and
Whoa.
we didn't pay the rent. So good luck, bro."
That's crazy. Is that really how it went down?
Yeah.
Damn, that's nuts.
And I was like, "What?"
That was how many weeks after he came out?
Oh man, it was like a week after I came out.
Did he? Wait,
to California when I came out to California?
Was he with his girl?
Yeah.
So they rode together, and then
So they were out here living together.
do you think she knew? Do you think he knew when he came?
I don't know. I can't say whether
Or she just
I
told
have
him.
no idea. But
I can pick this up like a musician.
you can.
Wow.
I'm trying to fix David's microphone.
I feel like I'm a Rolling
You're just gonna have to yank it real hard.
Rolling Stones guy or
You're gonna have to
something.
yank it real hard.
I just want to sit back like this and hold it in my hand.
Oh, well, do that then.
Serenade people.
Anyways, so I'm freaking out. I'm like pretty much squatting at this house because the rent's not paid. I'm thinking that one day, anytime, any day, that there's gonna be a guy knocking on the door saying, "Get the hell out! Where's my rent?" And I don't have the money, you know. And so I'm sitting there freaking out, and I had Jesse O'Neill call me up. He's like, "Hey man, me and my girlfriend, we got this this room that's opening up. Her cousin's moving out. Do you know anybody that wants to move to LA?" I was like, "Me."
That's crazy timing too.
Yeah.
It's almost like kismet timing, whatever the word
It's-
is, like,
it
like
was-
synchronicity.
It was God blessing me.
Hey, so
That's what it was.
When you came out to Cali, were you planning on landing in LA? And you first kind of
I
like
wanted to go to LA, but the only person I really knew at the time that had a spot that was
San Diego?
available was San Diego.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, man. San Diego, if I could, I would live in San Diego and commute to LA every day. Like it
Yeah.
is amazing.
Have you been to Encinitas? It's just like this tiny little. It's like it's like North Hollywood versus downtown LA.
No.
Like it's like a suburb of San Diego. The Encinitas is maybe one of my favorite spots on the entire West Coast that I've been to. Like from Vancouver down to Mexico to Tijuana. It's just like, you should check it out next time you go down there.
Encinitas.
Yeah, Encinitas. Yeah, it's just like this cool little laid back town. It's like from the, it's like right next to San Diego. It's from the 50s.
I want to go to Mexico, bro.
We should go down there. It's It's like 3 hours away.
No, let's do it. Let's go to both these
You
places.
just have to insure your car with a little umbrella policy. Just hit
Yeah.
up Geico, whoever you have, and
Yeah.
because they. Here's the thing: when you go through Tijuana, you're probably not going to get robbed, and you're probably not going to get shot or anything crazy like that. But someone might ding your car, like just like sideswipe your car a little
Right.
bit, and
There ain't shit you can do about it.
well, not just that, but that's just how they do it there. Like they don't even
Yeah.
realize it's like a bad thing or something, and they just keep driving on. Like I don't know if that's really going to happen, but I've never been in a car wreck down there. But when I went to Tijuana, the lanes immediately lose. Like you're on the interstate or whatever, you go through the border, and it's like a lane just disappears, or like two lanes just disappear. So it's only the like car density, the number of cars in a given space, like quadruples or something, and
Everybody's hauling ass.
yeah, and somehow there's method to the madness. Like it's pretty fun. Like you're like, oh, I just don't stop. Just wherever they go, just go. Like if you miss a turn, don't try to like stop and turn like you do in LA. Like you just have to go and try to make the next one. Like if you stop, you feel like you might cause some sort of catastrophic like multi-car pileup. Like they're just so close to you.
I drove in Mexico one time. I was on a cruise with a ex-girlfriend, and it was crazy, dude.
Was she a bitch?
No, she's a good girl.
Oh, okay. She know if she's listening.
Yeah, she probably is. She's a good girl at heart. But I remember like people would just be passing other people and run me off the road near about, like playing chicken, like not giving a shit.
Yeah, I don't think they're even trying to play chicken. That's why.
They're not playing chicken. They're just like trying to get to where.
Culturally, that's how it is. Yeah.
And also,
Was it dirty down there? Did people just take up their trash and throw it on the floor? On the ground?
it was
It's been an issue here in LA.
It was recent.
People litter like motherfuckers.
Yeah, litter all the time. It was
Yeah.
recently. Oh, I mean, there was a hurricane recent before we went on that cruise, so it was like kind of devastated.
Did you get really cheap tickets that way?
I think no. Of course, we ordered it like earlier.
What town were you at?
Calica, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
But
Never even heard of that.
I got to drive a Jeep. We drove a Jeep to this resort, and we went on the beach, and the resort was charging us $3 a Corona in Mexico.
That's expensive? That's expensive, yeah.
Then,
It's because you were at a resort.
Yeah. Well, then we got in the Jeep. We drove down the road maybe like 2 miles, and we bought 2 cases of Coronas for like $5. Then pounded them, and then we turned the bottles and got $1 back.
That's really funny. You know what's going on is that these
It was awesome.
These tourists are afraid to leave the compound.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. I
didn't hesitate, bro. I was like, I'm gone.
My sister, she went to like Jamaica or Puerto Rico, one of the, I don't know, some island, and never left the compound. They were like at this huge, like, what do they call that thing? Sandals? That's like this big like chain type of, like, you pay like $1,000 and you get like a group package thing. Yeah. But she said they never
food
left.
And drinks.
Yeah. Like if I go to those places, man, I just want to leave. I wouldn't want to actually stay in the compound. I'd want to get out and go see what the culture's actually like.
Yeah,
locally. Yeah,
it's like the movie The Beach. You ever seen that?
No, who's in there?
Well, it's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. But
okay, yeah. No, I haven't seen that.
The opening monologue is what kills me. I love it because he's always like, everybody, especially Americans. Let's just talk about Americans. Americans go everywhere around the world to like stay at a place that is just like their house.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
You know what I mean?
What's The Beach
it's like
about? It's a good movie?
Oh, it's about a traveler that finds this island that nobody knows about, and there's
hot chicks.
No, well, there are a freaking. Oh my God, it's a French chick.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, of course, if
they casted it so yeah.
Discover a magical island with a bad chick, it's not gonna have the same effect on the viewers.
Yeah, but there's like a group of people living there, secretly, and just
they're like
away from all the technology and stuff. They believe in a culture, almost like the Amish.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Who's the chick you're talking about? This one? She's the one that was on there?
Yes. How do you say her name?
Virginia?
She's gorgeous.
Virginia? I don't know. Ledion? No idea.
Yeah, she's a cutie. If you haven't watched, I love The Beach. I think it's an awesome movie.
Virginia, if you're watching this podcast, we welcome you on anytime.
Yeah, please. Please. Oh my God. Or any
Francois.
leading actresses that want to
What's
come
crazy?
on our
She's 40.
podcast. I bet she looks still smoking hot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's see what other movies she's been in. Dude, I haven't heard of any of these, man. This is the thing with French movies.
This is all French stuff.
Jeanne and the Perfect Guy. Boring. Backwoods. Got no idea.
All right, let's get back to something more.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. Farewell, my queen. Fuck that. Oh, fuck that. I'm not going to sit through 2 hours of that.
Farewell, my queen.
Actually, what is Farewell, my queen? This one looks especially terrible. If you haven't, Roger Ebert gave it 3.5. You know what's funny? I'd actually probably go see it because I watched a ton of these movies. I go to like the New Bev, Cinefamily. They got taken down by a sex scandal. Did I tell you that?
You told everybody on the first episode of our podcast.
Sorry, Hey, you know what though? Here's an update. Actually, like 2 or 3 weeks later, I just heard last night at the New Bev. I was eavesdropping on one of the managers.
Update.
There. Yeah. Apparently, Cinefamily might be opening back up.
Yes, I hope they do.
They were cool. It was good. They did really unique stuff. All they're doing is firing the people that were accused of harassing the girls.
Yeah. Well, they should.
Yeah, but hey, I'll say this also. Even if they should, all that someone did was send out an email and got these 2 people fired. It's like, is that all the proof that it takes to get someone fired? Like, dude, you and me, could we just send out an email to people and get other people fired that way?
Yes.
We probably could, yeah.
You could definitely get yourself fired.
Oh, like if I got on the corporate email list type of thing? Yeah, that would definitely, yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like it takes much these days to get fired. So, like, offend one wrong group, and that's it. And there are a lot of groups. I heard you saying earlier today that you can be a Smurf. Dude, that was a bad group to say that to. I was. That's why I stood.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, we were all like folding napkins.
Oh yeah.
Did you notice how I was at a different table?
Yes.
That was on purpose.
Yes.
I eyed that group for like 3 seconds, like, no way. And I went to the other table. I was like, this is gonna be a weird dynamic at this group. I'm not gonna name names on this one, of course, but yeah. And then I heard you make an announcement like, yeah, you can be anything. You can be a transgender. You can be a Smurf. I can be a chick these days. And you guys have to agree with it.
And I was also talking about how you can be whatever age you want to be.
There's these guys, you know about that? Where you act like a baby?
No. I honestly believe that you can be whatever age you want to be. Because think about it.
You're gonna be a sexual predator.
We live by the Gregorian Roman calendar, but it's like it's kind of Christian based. You got before Christ, after Christ. But then, hey man, you got the Chinese have their own calendar. They have their own years, exactly and then they have Islam has their own calendar. I know. Yeah. Judaism has their own calendar.
I get it.
So it's like,
no one knows what year it is.
I could.
But is this
an
argument you're going to give to people?
I could have been born. 33 kg.
Yeah. But do you think this is going to hold up if you try to like show up to a high school and fuck some chicks or something? is that what?
No, I'm just saying as far as like. There has to be a definition of what is and what isn't.
Have you seen?
You know what I mean? Come on
YouTube.
I'm using satire to point out the fact of the ridiculousness of these labels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, it is absurd. Yeah, it definitely is. You can be anything you want to be these days. And
whatever you feel like you want to be, you're that.
Yeah, if you get like 4 more people together with you and you start like a group online, and then the media latches on and they like rise it to the surface like a sunken ship, it's suddenly fact. That's what's going on.
I feel like I'm a brain surgeon today. You have a tumor here.
That's what I wonder. Yeah. It's like there's that South Park episode. It's like, I'm going to be an NBA player. So he goes, have you seen that one? No. Oh, he tells the surgeon he wants to be an NBA player, so the guy makes him black and gives him like really big legs and a knee implant. And of course, it explodes like when he hits the court.
No, I have seen that one.
Have you? It's an old one.
No. It's like Kyle turns into a basketball player or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, South Park was
everybody references South Park.
It's because they're
so good.
They are. Yeah, they come up with these interesting ways of looking at it and kind of conveying the idea, their opinion on it. Yeah, but you know what? Like, I don't actually know. As much as like the media is trying to like push these like every group matters thing on us, I'd never meet people that are like in any sort of like weird, bizarre, like, dude, I don't know. I don't really have any.
I never meet anybody that say I'm in Black Lives Matter or I'm in.
Yeah, or not
is
even
that what
that
you're saying?
One, or
is it just because you're a white guy?
No. Like, I mean, like, I don't even see them on the streets. Like, how often do you see transgender people on the streets? I see sometimes, like, on the subway and stuff, but they usually look like they don't. They
I
don't
mean,
look like they have their shit together at all. They look like they could be homeless type of thing.
well, I don't think so. Well, I have encountered and have worked with transgender people who
Really? And wait, which company?
with
Don't say it. What's the
at
first letter?
companies at companies
Oh, that I have. I was actually going to get to that. Yeah.
that
Like they're there for the event, right? Like a
oh
Bruce
no,
Jenner
or
type?
or either way, like they're out there. You know, they exist. Like they're
Yeah.
like just the idea that just because somebody's transgendered, they're a certain way. I mean,
I get it. I'm not saying that they don't, but what I'm saying is it's such a small percentage. I don't know how are the news channels choosing these tiny little groups when there's much larger groups with bigger problems
Yeah, I got what
going
you're
on.
saying.
Like, do these tiny little groups, the only problem they can come up with is that the label in the bathroom's not right?
I think
Like
it's
they really need to use the other bathroom.
I
so
think
the
it's
news should
because
cover it.
it's because it's different. That's
Maybe
why.
that the news covers it.
No, yeah, that's the only reason they cover it. It's because it's different. It's a different thing in your life because you're so used to the mundane things that are going on in your regular thing and the mass of people that is.
Maybe
and then,
so.
And,
And
then
they think it's gonna get
They put
viewers?
a magnifying glass on this small portion, and it's like creates
The conversation.
the conversation.
That might be
And
what
then
to do it,
and
man.
then
Yeah,
those
it's
words
possible. Hey, it's possible. Yeah.
and words give power.
It's definitely a possibility, man. Like I'm not gonna throw that one out the window. It's as good of a theory as any other one I've heard. But yeah, it's interesting. I'll say that. You know what they won't put on the news?
What will they not put on the news?
They hardly put like pro family stuff on the news.
Yeah.
It's very seldom that they do that. Like you know, what do you call it? Something like the 70s. Dude, something else I wonder about. Is any of this shit even relevant in other countries? Like if we go down to Mexico or we go down to like, Europe or Russia, like is this just an American problem? Or Thailand or Japan? Like my brother Steven, he's living over in Japan right now. He's in the Navy. He said there's none of this absurdity. He's been over there for 2 years now. I was just talking to him a few nights ago about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said no, there's none of it. He said like if there's homeless people, they just pick them up and they just disappear.
That's
And he said,
they pick them up and they disappear. That
yeah, I
sounds
mean,
like
no, he's joking around. He's a comedian, but he's joking around about it. But what he's saying is like, he said they have such a beautiful society over there.
Right.
They had their problems and their faults, but he said they're just so
Don't
well
they-
organized.
The highest suicide rate or something like that.
He said like accusations of racism. He said like if you brought that up, they'd be like you
because
couldn't.
they're all Japanese though.
You couldn't make. Well, are they? I don't know. You couldn't make it an issue if you tried. I've never been. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are. It's like
yeah, I've never been there. So
he's just saying that a lot of these things that are issues on the U.S. news channels,
Yeah.
like they couldn't be an issue if you tried. You could try your hardest.
well,
You'd have to buy the news channel and make him an issue.
we're also so big, and we're so many
Japan?
people. No, U.S. is so big, and
dude, not
and
as big
so-
as Japan, right? I
and
don't
so
know what's
many
the
people.
population of Japan.
I don't know. We didn't look that up last time.
Yeah, I have no idea. No, I
Oh,
think
man.
it's huge.
We should talk. We should ask a Siri.
I'll tell you this. I don't know what the population is, but the population density,
What's the population of Japan?
I think U.S. has more, but I think the density is more over
As
there.
of 2015, the population of Japan
80
is
million.
127,110,047.
I was kind of close. I was 30 million off,
2015.
40 million off.
They're 2 years behind. What's going on?
We're about, what's America, like 380, 390?
It was 323, I think.
That's all that's in America? Is only 323?
Well, we looked it up. We looked it up 2 podcasts
I
ago.
don't
I can't
remember
remember.
this stuff.
It was like
Check
2
this
weeks
out.
It was
Check
like
out-
half a month ago. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. That's 2 weeks ago, yeah. I think
What do you think? What do you
I was gonna switch up real quick. When I was talking to my brother about that stuff that we were talking about all that the crazy news shit. I go on to I do Google it. Like, do you know what population density is? I'm probably gonna lose everyone on this one. Population density is like how many people are in a given area. Like usually they do square mile or square kilometer. So anyway, like if LA is like really, if you cram together 1 million people in LA, but if you cram together 2 million people in LA and the borders are the same, then you double the.
Right.
There's
That,
like
that
twice
means
as many
that
people.
they have to build more high rises.
Yeah, or there's a lot of options go underground. I mean, whatever option you come up with, how like more people are moving to LA,
Yeah.
But LA's borders are staying the same, so that population density is increasing. Because they're not like all right, well, let's just make a bigger border. Let's just like take away Glendale because Glendale sucks. Kevin, what the fuck were you doing in Glendale, man? Kevin hits me up like he's like, hey, dude, I live in Long Beach. It's like at least an hour away.
Long Beach is nice.
It's pretty. I'm enjoying it. And he's like, hey, come hang out. I'm like, dude, you can't tell me like while you're in Glendale and give me like a 20 like. You've already been in Glendale. Like, you're giving me negative time notice. It's not like I'm about to go to Glendale. That gives me at least like 20 minutes to like get in my car. It's like, hey, I've been in Glendale. I'm already here. Where are you at? Kevin, I'm in Long Beach. I'm not in Glendale. I don't go to Glendale. No one goes to Glendale.
Especially if you live in LA.
Armenians are the only people that go to Glendale. Glendale is like little, like Armenians. Do you know this? Have you been to Glendale?
For events and stuff.
It's mostly like it's not even Little Armenia, it's like huge Armenia. Dude, Little Armenia on Hollywood Boulevard. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so funny, man. You should check it out. Sometime drive down Hollywood Boulevard, like right by Hollywood and Western, and you hit the sign that says like, I think I'm saying this right. I might be wrong about this whole thing, but it's Little Armenia, yeah. You hit this, you see the sign, Little Armenia, and then Thai Town like immediately takes it over. Like the Armenians put the sign back up in the 50s.
Uh-huh.
They didn't realize the Thai people were coming. They never took the sign down. They're like, fuck this, we're going to Glendale. They go to Glendale, they leave the sign up. It's like Little Armenia, Thai Town. Like there's no Little Armenia. There's like a couple Baba Ganoush shops. And then, by the way, I love Middle Eastern food. And this is like,
just so you know.
Yeah, I actually will sometimes, I don't actually hate Armenian people. I do hate the way they drive though. They drive like assholes.
The women look beautiful. Good.
The
I've
Armenian
seen
girls
some
are so hot.
amazing, beautiful Armenian
But
women.
why do the dudes drive like douches?
Because they can.
I
'Cause
guess,
they're
but why they
usually-
do it down
they're usually-
residential streets? Like
They're usually really rich.
I
It
have-
doesn't matter.
they do seem like they have a lot. I think the smartest ones escape wherever they're from and they come to the LA and they're
Yeah,
like,
they make
"Let's
it
set up
work."
shop here." That's what I thought about.
That's
like,
what you do in America.
yeah, every like people that we see out in America, it doesn't matter what group they're from. They like their ancestors were smart enough to like, save up some money, come over, that whole thing.
Yeah, I had some Scottish guys that helped me get here.
I only made it. I only made it from Oklahoma to LA. I haven't made it very far. You made it from, and it took you 3 days.
It took me 3 days. Yeah.
You're like, it's like about $1,000. I'm moving to the West Coast. Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
What-
I was actually about to get up and get one of these.
I know, right? That's perfect thinking.
Okay,
Bring the
so-
beer to you.
But wait, can you show this on the screen?
Well, actually,
That's a good question.
I don't know what's going on, but the camera went off, so there's
Kyle,
not any
is
video.
any of this even being recorded?
I mean, it
Have
is.
we been just talking? Like
No,
you
the
and me
audio,
for-
the audio is definitely on.
Okay, good.
The audio is rolling, bro.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm going to take this out of the koozie then.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
podcast
why. That's
listeners,
That's what I've been like.
let me
like,
make
getting
a quick
shit.
announcement. We're gonna do a koozie off
Yeah, we're
next
ripping up.
week. You don't know what a koozie off is? Well, you just
Oh.
gotta stick around and find out. No, it's when you
It's a science experiment.
yeah. We're gonna put a koozie on a few different beers and see if they really work. We'll measure the temperature. Well, I had to figure out the details, but we'll just measure before and after, basically.
Yeah. So pretty much measure temperature before you open a beer,
Yeah.
and then leave it in there until afterwards. Maybe
Leave what in there?
leave the thermometer. You can leave it in there if you want
Oh
to.
yeah, just take it out. You just measure before and after, right?
I like to leave it in.
But here's what I'm thinking. I was going to make a joke also about sticking something in a beer. I held off. I don't know what YouTube censors. I was going to
Well,
say the W word. Do you know what the W? I'm going to bring this up, dude.
The
You know,
W.
everyone knows like the F
Is it
word,
Weinstein?
the N word. No. That's even better. It's Wiener, which is funny that his name, the first letter is also the letter of
Weinstein.
Wiener. Yeah, Weinstein's Wiener. I'm with W.
Willie Wiener Weinstein.
I've heard some.
It
I've
doesn't
heard
get
some-
old yet. It's
and-
not old yet.
No, of course not. WW.
HD. Yeah, that was
Wait,
it.
should it be WWHD or WWWD? What would Weinstein do? Triple WD. No, I think WWHD. It has more of a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
WWWD or WWHD.
I like WWHD.
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 Hey, by the way, Sabo, however you say his name, we need to get you to come out here and
Who?
make some. Do you know who this is? I sent you some text. He has like the craziest street art. It's not actually that offensive. It's just super like,
Oh, Hillary Clinton.
yeah, it's not actually right wing. It's just left-wing street art.
Yeah.
His street art is basically I don't even know what
it-
the guy is. He might not even. He could be a Democrat.
I think
but
he's
just,
right down the middle. Actually, I think he just hates politics.
Yeah, I've watched some.
What's
videos.
his name again?
I don't know how to say it, but it's like Sabo, Sabo.
Sabo.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he's actually made a living for himself making this really creative spoof street art that's definitely more conservative leaning in the city of Los Angeles. That's like basically impossible to do. Like to make money in that combo. Anyone even listening?
They are. They are totally.
Yeah, kind of quiet. No, wait, Kyle, are you following, dude?
I'm totally following you. You're talking about making money
Hey,
with the street art.
should you get the video going again? I feel like people need to see what's going on here.
I think it's cool. What I'm gonna do is because nobody really watches the. I don't feel like nobody really watches the video anyway because it's just us there.
Yeah, but you're masturbating next to me. This is getting really bizarre. It's like a Louis C.K. Kevin Spacey thing going on here. Dude, not literally what would Harvey do.
Well, at least I have a witness to know that I use two hands. Thank you very much.
Because your W is so big, your wiener's so big, it's a double handed. It's a double fisted job. We should play that game. What's Kyle doing? What's David doing on the podcast?
You know what's so funny is that 95% of people, let's say, all right, so if we blow up, I'm saying we're blowing up because if I honestly believe, no, like as a podcast, I believe we're blowing. We would if we are consistent and do a podcast every week for the rest of our lives. If we do a podcast a week, one a week for the rest.
Dude.
No, just think about it. No, just listen to me. I know exactly. If we do a podcast one day a week for the rest of our lives,
until death do us part,
we would be millionaires without a doubt.
Okay, all right.
I have full utter belief we'd be millionaires.
Yeah.
Like, and you'd never have to worry about working at. You have to worry about.
Dude, don't start listing names, man.
Sorry.
You're gonna block that one out.
Yeah, I can work.
He's gonna block that one out.
Yeah, but
because until we are millionaires, we have to keep working at the inn.
Yeah, you would never have to worry about that. You never like. There's nothing wrong with serving plates, but honestly, I don't want to serve food anymore. I don't want to do that.
Hey, but if we were gonna serve, there's no city I'd rather be serving in. It'd be L.A., Vegas, New York City.
Without a doubt.
Those three cities pay a lot of money. You can actually like buy a home with serving wages. It's crazy.
But right now,
where else can you do that?
I'm 33 years old, and I feel like I can make it happen.
No one aspires to serve food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But maybe lack of inspiration causes the food serving.
While I have a chance, I'm going to strike it.
But you know what, dude? I just don't aspire to do a 9 to 5 either. I would rather serve food than like easily get a 9 to 5 job.
What would be your dream job if you could do anything right now? What would it be right now?
Can it involve Harvey Weinstein as like his publicist?
No, I'm
like a real dream job.
Totally on a very serious level. If you could do anything right now,
here's the problem.
What would you want to do?
It's like, would I be doing it for money as a job, or would I just be doing it for fun? Because, dude,
no,
my job might just be being a billionaire, not having to work.
No, I'm saying like,
yeah. But if I had a ton of money, like I probably.
But how would you get that money though? You have to have.
Yeah.
So for you to get that money, you have to have
really
a way to make it happen. So
yeah.
What would be your most dream way of making that money occur in your life?
You know, honestly, I haven't latched onto some idea where like this is like the most coolest thing. No one has. The only people that maybe latch onto either they're bullshitting themselves, and you know you hear all these like corporate videos where like I love my job. Like, no, you don't.
You're getting those people are getting paid to say that. They're usually actors. Usually on corporate videos, they're SAG actors that are getting paid.
Oh, okay,
to do that.
Okay, that's fine. But I think a lot of times they're not. Like on that video we had to watch today.
Oh, well, that's different.
Those people were actual employees that we work with alongside, dude.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And they're like,
oh,
hey,
I know
smile for the camera.
Yeah, I know what you're saying on that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're getting ripped off.
Because they're not getting paid.
Yeah, they should get extra bonus for that.
They did actually put it technically on the big screen in the theater. You think they could pull in like a really savvy SAG actor and sue the company? This is what I'm talking about suing for everything.
I mean,
if you got a really good attorney, you might actually sue for that, which would be so funny.
Hey, all right. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
Well, what would be?
Oh, that's
your
what I'm
dream
saying.
job?
I don't know. You know, like I really love to travel. It's a lot of fun. Like I do it at least 4 months out of the year.
Yeah,
we're on the road.
I think you live.
We're floating around. It's
very
a lot of fun to explore new things, but even that can get boring. Like even exploring new areas can get boring, and it's like what's the purpose? Like what are you seeking? You know, like what are you really going for? You go from town to town. Like, what are you looking for? Or is it just like a change is good? Like, were people nomadic and that's really all it is? Is it just like we're cavemen and, naturally we're kind of nomadic? I mean, for like a long time, scientists claim, we were kind of like going from town to town trying to hunt for an animal.
Right.
Then we
and
became
chasing
agrarian.
the seasons and stuff.
Yeah. I've read some really, really. You should go online and just type in some really entertaining conspiracy theories. Type in like before there were seasons.
Before there were seasons?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's just like some of the most absurd stuff, like that the planet never had the wobble that it has.
So it had
the angle.
It's like a flat Earth kind of.
I don't actually know. I haven't read it in
situation?
detail. I kind of like skimmed it. No. I don't think it's flat Earth. I think what they're getting at is I don't know. I'd have to go. We could probably find it, but I think what they were saying is that. Do you know why there's seasons? We're kind of like at an angle. Like they were saying that Earth is like this.
There's a lot of. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just straight up and down. It's complicated.
The Earth is it's actually at.
I think 23 degrees.
It's at an axis, and there's a wobble to it.
Let's find out. Hey, let's play this game real quick.
And it circulates the sun while it spins.
Yeah.
So there's
I know, it's
a lot of
insane.
crazy stuff going on with it.
There's a lot of movements. Oh, look, Kevin just you should live Facebook this. Is he a live Facebook watcher?
Yeah.
Give a shout out. He just sent a message. Wait, what is he saying thanks for? Oh yeah, I sent him I forwarded the email to him. How podcast. Should I just send Kevin a picture of my balls in response?
Yes.
I feel like I should take it up to that level.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe I know Kevin well enough now.
We should totally do that.
See, this is the problem though.
Because we're not on video right now. This is the optimum time to do that.
You want me to actually take a picture of my balls?
I don't want to see it.
To Kevin?
Just let me know when you're about to do it, and I'll not look.
Dude, but what if I do it and Kevin's not on the same wavelength that I thought? Because you can only send your balls to certain guys that are like, oh, motherfucker. All the other ones, you can't do it. Like, I know some guys.
I've seen David's balls.
Kyle's seen him. My friend Kong has seen him a lot. He's seen my balls more times than B's seen my balls, probably. He's constantly seen
That's
my balls.
horrible, dude. That's horrible.
I've been showing him my balls since we were in college. Well, what happened is we watched that movie, Waiting. Have you seen Waiting?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Well, we played
it's
that
the
game.
brain, man. It's the brain.
Yeah, we got like obsessed with it in college, man. And we almost got into some fights with some strangers. Yeah, it was bad. We were all in a fraternity house together, and towards the end of the year, it got so bad that people wouldn't come up to the third floor.
You were in a frat?
Yeah, you never knew it?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, but
What?
here's how you know that I didn't fit into it.
Oh my God, everybody.
I basically got kicked out of it. They basically told me.
Head blown. Head blown. My head is blown.
Well, wait. What's crazy is, do I seem like that much different than a fratty dude? It's probably because I'm not like the bro, like the alpha male frat. I was like the dude in the house that like was showing my balls to everyone, literally, and almost got my asking for it. That was literally me. Like, we were actually the guys on the third floor, like, who can we show our balls to today? Dude, this is a good story. You're gonna like this one.
Shit.
When we were in the frat,
God.
they call it like, you basically have like a little bro and a big bro, like a little brother and big brother.
Oh yeah.
My little brother, he was my little brother, right? Like they just assign it to you. It's not like by choice or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember how it even happened, but he's my little brother.
Spankings or some shit like that.
No,
Suck a
we never
dick or
spanked each other.
something.
But dude, I showed him my balls so many times, and after he looked at them, every time I'd be like, I didn't know we had so many faggots coming up to the and I'd kick him. Every single time I'd kick him because you bend him over, like depending on if it's a bat brain, you pull your ball sack out, you spread it, and then it's like it's with like 3 kicks.
The bat brain is like
the goat is like the cream de la cream. That's like it's like six
the
kicks.
goat, man. Fucking goat.
Oh, they have the goat also. Yeah, you have the bat brain, the goat. What are the ones?
I don't know, man. That stuff is good. I love that movie.
Oh, dude,
that movie is so
good.
good.
This is what the crazy thing.
Yeah.
My friend Kong my like the straight up like the president and the CEO or something. Like we're like co-CEOs. We both just like we're obsessed with this and terrorize the house with it. He's the guy that like really he's amazing at keeping up and networking with all these people. Like he keeps in touch with everyone. It turns out my little brother, the guy that was always so weird about it, like everybody else in the house acted differently than he acted whenever we'd show him our balls. You probably already know where this is going.
What's going to happen?
Well, yeah, we'd always show him. He would get really shy and like super embarrassed. I was like, I've got to take him out of his shell. I got to show my balls more. So he was like my number one target. Like he would start coming up the stairs with his hand, literally his hand in front of his eyes, because he didn't want to see my balls because he knew they'd be waiting for him. I had nothing to do in college, you know. I drank beer and waited for victims. Dude, it turned out he was gay. The year after we move out, he like moves in to he moves into the frat room with another.
He probably didn't want to grab him. He was like,
dude, he probably hadn't quite like come out yet, and I didn't know. I felt bad. You know? I was like, dude, I would have shown you my balls even more if I had known that. Like, we could have like played with them and examined them. And
you teased, fucking teased. David
I didn't know I was teasing him. Had I known, dude, I feel like this conversation right now. I wish that this was on video. This would be a good one.
I feel like we might get one or two more listeners after this one.
After our ball story, that's possible.
After this one, I think it's been a good podcast so far.
Kyle, we might actually lose like a few listeners also in the process.
I doubt that. I think
if there's any social justice warriors listening to this podcast that probably hate us right now,
I promise you,
him as a fag.
I promise you, there's absolutely none. social justice. Because all right, so number one, you didn't send it to anybody, so
dude, it'll get out there. If it's gonna get out there, it's gonna get out there. Yeah.
So I know who it went.
Some of my friends are a little bit SJW.
I know who it went to. Yeah, but you didn't send it to them.
I would not send this to someone that
exactly.
Is offended. Why would I?
I know that.
Why would I send something? No. Why would I rail on?
All I'm saying is, I personally know exactly who it went to, and you. So you don't. Have to worry
that's
about
not true. Hold on. That's not true, dude. Because I can just go to YouTube and click copy and paste and text. This is how I actually share links with like Kevin and stuff. I only do it one way because it's the only way I know how to do it. I just copy and paste the link, and the link doesn't have a tracker on it. Unless you have like really advanced, like you're fucking Mark Zuckerberg or something.
I know that you didn't copy and paste and send it to anybody.
Oh, that's true, but you probably just, but that's because you know me. But it's not like you actually know me like CIA or NSA.
No, it's because I know you though.
Well, yeah, because
I know you better than the CIA, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I even told you, I was like, dude, I'm not. Jeez. No, I'm not sending that out to people, dude. I had to. Let's see, who can I say? I know like one person. Actually, you know who would listen to this? My brother. But he's floating around on the ship right now.
Oh man, he'd love to listen to this.
Oh, he would laugh, especially now that I was talking about him earlier, being over in Japan. Dude, you know what's weird? In Japan, he told me they have like, he showed me because he has like Skype or whatever, video chatting. He has like 5 my brother's really dirty. He's disgusting. But they have like, when I went to his apartment.
He's disgusting.
Dude, he has a masturbation towel that he leaves on his couch. Yeah, like he just wipes off his dirty mess and sticks it back on the couch.
You want me to leave this up here, dude?
Yeah, of course. He's.
I'm sorry, bro. I had no idea he was going to do this to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, no. Wait, do you guys even know what's his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, so no one's going to know this.
I know that I'm going to run into him one day eventually, maybe. And
Kyle, he'll admit to it. He leaves it on his couch, man. Dude, we walked into his couch. We're like, hey, we're staying with you for 2 months. We're on the road trip. This is 2 or 3 summers ago. We go to his apartment in Seattle. We walk into the door of his apartment. There's nothing at all. And he has like quite a lot of money compared to like us. Like he could have stuff. He doesn't have anything. He has a gigantic TV that his roommate put in there. His like Navy roommate. And then he has, which Game of Thrones I watched, like I like nerd it. And then he has a TV stand in front of his couch with a laptop on it and a towel next to it and a bottle of lotion. Like cheap lotion too, not even like coconut oil or something.
Dollar store lotion.
Dollar store lotion. I'm like, Steven, what the is this a joke, dude? Like, what is this? He's like, oh no, man, this is my station. That's why it says my station. Because his friend's on a ship, his roommate's on a ship. His roommate's got gone for 6 months. That's the room we stayed in. Was the roommate's room.
Blowing his spot up, bro. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah. Actually, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great. We're just being really loud. We're talking louder, and it's spiking.
Dude, so wait, well, oh yeah, his roommate's gone. He's like masturbating. He wipes it off on this towel and stuff, and then he doesn't even care. Here's why: in the Navy, they have no shame. Like for 4 years, they're in the Naval Academy. They're like in these hallways where it's just a bunch of dudes. The girls are like segregated to a different floor because they're not that like, dystopian or utopian, whatever the word is.
Right.
Like they're still segregated.
No co-ed.
Yeah, no co-ed. Definitely not. Like you can get immediately fired from your really good paying job in the Navy if you hook up with the girl. Especially if she's.
That's got to be tempting.
Yeah. Like if you're a senior and you want to hook up
tempting.
with a freshman, you can't.
That's
do
got
it.
to be crazy.
Yeah. Well, people got fired Like, you know, like when I was in the Air Force,
I
actually,
would.
my commanding officer, he got fired for it from the academy. Anyway, so yeah, dude, he doesn't care. Yeah, Navy guys, they don't care. They're like, oh yeah, man, of course I got to jack off. Like, he's told me that in Navy, like, hey, they share these rooms. So like, it'd be like, Kyle, you and me are sharing the room together. And I'm like, dude, don't come in. I'm gonna jack off for the next 15 minutes. And then in the room, I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. Yeah, no problem.
Right.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? What if like by saying this stuff am inadvertently causing some sort of Navy scandal in the making?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like, well, they always have these at these academies. They always have these big scandals for something stupid. Like the boys are fucking the girls. Like, oh, they're 19 and they're fucking girls. Like, wow, that's a big scandal.
Yeah, I was 14.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's like
Jesus.
these Navy people. Yeah, it's just like I'm just saying like the Navy. Be like in England and Australia, don't they give their sailors beer?
They should, man.
I'm
I
pretty
think,
sure they have like
I
a
think
stipend
if
of beer.
you, and it's something
Even on
my
the ship.
it's something my grandfather Sterling Gillikin raised me to believe. If you're willing to give your life for your country, you should be able to drink a beer.
Oh yeah, was he in
Like
the military?
straight up, yeah.
And he was just saying it's bullshit. Like they wouldn't let him drink beer.
No, he was just saying like
or was he saying the
when
draft age should
when
be
I was
18?
no, I'm just saying when I was growing up, like when I was growing up and I was a kid, and I used to get popped, drinking for beers underage,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
yeah.
he would just give me his 2 cents about it. He'd just say, "Hey, if you're old enough to die for your country, I think you're old enough to drink a beer."
Gotcha.
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And he's a smart man.
Yeah, it's true, and I think he might have also been like referring to. Do you know that until recently, like in the past 30 or 40 years, you could be drafted at the age of 18?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
I
just
remember
make sure you
you
know.
have to sign a draft card when you turn 18. I remember signing mine.
Yeah.
You had to turn it in, and I remember freaking out for a year.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, kind of
And,
conspiracy.
and then
shit,
looking
yeah.
at the damn news, looking at, oh, what's the president going to do? Is he going to send people over to Iraq? It actually makes you focus. And if you
Not
think,
me.
I'm sorry about clearing my throat right then,
You sick son of a bitch.
but I think to be honest, I think things should be more, I think things should be more like Starship Troopers and Israel.
In Israel, do they have like co-ed?
So if you are born in
Dude, I love how you just combine Israeli army and Starship Troopers in the same sentence.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
keep going. It should be more like Starship Troopers or Israel.
So if you're born in Israel, you have to join the military. Like it's mandatory.
Oh, okay, I do know
So
that part. Yeah.
yeah. And Starship Troopers, if you want to be part of the Federation and be able to vote, you have to join the military in that movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just the same thing.
I think a lot of nations throughout the world are still mandatory. Is Russia?
I have no idea.
I think Russia might be. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't even know how many countries are in the world. Like, it's 177, 207.
Yeah.
I've got no idea. But
Like
I'm kind of talking out of my ass here. But I think like the majority of nations, you're still required to serve military time.
it's super hypocritical of me to say that because
You would be the first to flee to Canada. You'd be like, fuck this motherfucker. I'm
Well,
smoking weed.
Well, I didn't join. Well, it's not because of that. It's more like I didn't really want to join the military when
Because
I
you're
turned
smart, Kyle.
when I was 18 because
it's rich landowners manipulating young little boys with egos to kill each other, and these guys like sit in these back rooms and they just fucking play chess. They
Well-
never send their own sons into war.
Well, I
Every
feel-
now and then they do.
well, I feel like
Just
there
gotta throw out that conspiracy right there. Yeah.
well, I understand. I totally understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
and there's not a part of me that doesn't kind of believe in that, but there also has to be somebody there holding the fucking gun doing it.
If
you know
there's
what I
really
mean?
the enemy coming, yeah.
Yeah. But there
But I
has to
wonder
be
if, like,
somebody there,
Are these enemies really coming all the time?
and you have to be united, and it's.
I mean, have you ever thought about how hard it is to get
it's
a
more
fight?
it's more focusing on your government. Like if the people are more educated and they understand what the government is doing, then they're able to understand the intent of their government and where they're sending their troops. It's the fact that we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
100%,
And that's why I didn't want to be part of the military, is because you're gonna send me across the world to fight over oil. Fuck you. I'll ride my
Yeah,
bike.
You know
It's
what?
like I'll put up solar panels. I don't care about y'all.
My brother, he was saying that's one of the best things about Japan is that he hasn't owned a car in 2 years. He said he loves it because they have such an amazing public transit. Europe's the same way. Like, why does America not have Like, we were just talking about this a little bit ago. The public transit in LA has gotten so much better.
It has.
Yeah.
And I think
they should keep building it.
Without a doubt,
Yeah.
people are neglecting it. You can get around on a bike in LA so much easier now than any time before, and people just take their cars.
I've got a big complaint, though, about the bike problem. I wish that they had, and I don't know a good, easy, cheap solution that makes it feasible, but I wish there was, like, a bike management system in place better, because, like, as you saw when we hopped the subway, the red line, like, you get the bike, and, like, that's why I don't ride that's why I do bike share. I own a bike in Long Beach. I prefer to do bike share than to manage my own bike. So I'm just like, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll beer. Yeah, it's like, what do you do with your bike once you get on the subway? You have to stand there and hold it. It's a night. Have you ever taken a Metrolink?
I was thinking about that. They should have a card just for bikes.
There's what Metrolink does.
Without a doubt. And there's one station, I think it's the Civic Center station. They don't even have an emergency exit, nor do they have an extra large way. So you have to pick up your bike over the turnstiles.
Oh, really? Wait, hold on. They don't have a thing for wheelchair? Dude, that's hard to believe. You don't think
they have the elevator, so you have to take the elevator. So I have to be a dick if I don't want to take my.
Oh, they don't have an escalator at Civic Center?
No. All right,
Explain
so you know those turnstiles where you have to tap your card.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, everybody on the podcast.
Oh yeah, this might
I'm
be
so
a
sorry.
really stupid
So we have to settle this right now, though. So
hey, this is welcome to LA when you're broke.
Yeah.
Welcome to LA when you're not taking Uber everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have any money, you don't want to pay $5 every time to park. At least $5. That means $365. 365 times 5. Get an idea.
Yeah, but hey, also on that same note, I'll say even like having a Prius that basically it's actually gas-wise, it's cheaper for me to drive than to take the Blue Line, and it's quicker.
Yeah.
I still take the Blue Line every time because
of parking.
I don't even worry about that because I know where free parking's at, but it's just so relaxing to not have to actually like converse with the traffic.
And people in traffic suck.
Yeah, man, everyone's stressed
Good
out. I'd rather
God.
just like sit down on the Blue Line and just relax.
You have people that you have hundreds of thousands of people that just arrived to LA for the first time that day. Yeah. Every single day. Every single
they're all
day.
Girls, and they're all Asian and they're bad drivers. So we have to bleep that part out, right?
No, we don't. I never knew that stereotype until I came here. Like I heard
For
that.
real?
No. Like I've heard that. I heard the stereotype, but I never knew it. Like really understood it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I came from the middle of nowhere. That the only Asian people I ran into were at the Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
I mean, and I had one or two Asian people in my whole school. Yeah. Like that's just reality. That is just reality, people.
You actually grew up in a tiny town. Like everybody was white.
I grew up in Sandy Bottom.
Was everybody white in your town?
No. There's a lot of Hispanic, a lot of black people, or African American. What do you want to call them? And white people. A lot of white people.
Black people, if you're listening, do you care if we just call you black or do I have to call you African American?
I know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, do you tell me what everyone should be called, and I will call them that.
I'm a Smurf.
Like,
you call me a Smurf. I've decided I'm gonna be a Smurf now. No, I don't think those black people care. I mean, like the friends that I have that are black,
wouldn't think.
I'm like, hey, dude, you're black.
Yeah.
If I say something, I've never gotten it.
Well, these days you never know, man. You never freaking know.
Yeah.
I just want to have good energy, send good energy out.
Now, there is a person I like to single out, Kevin, and he's Colombian, and I hate Colombians. If there's one country that I hate, it's Colombia.
He looks like he's from like some kind of Kafka movie. Like,
what's Kafka? I don't know.
Like
because of his awesome
mustache.
Yeah, Kevin, you're rocking the fucking mustache, man. Well, he told me it's because his agent wanted him to like.
He has a distinct look right now. Like,
oh yeah,
totally.
Hey, that's what you need, man. If you're gonna land roles. Mm-hmm. And also, by the way, Colombians,
you're rocking it, bro.
Yeah, I actually would love to come to your country and do some of your amazing cocaine. No, I really do. I want to go down there. I watch all these videos about raw food and stuff like that. And like,
he's like, I gotta do raw cocaine.
No,
it's not cut with creatine or anything.
Kyle's making a joke. That's literally where I'm going. I want to chew on the cocoa leaf because it's supposed to be like really good for you. Have you ever? heard of this?
Okay. All right. So the cocaine and the cocoa leaf are totally two different worlds, bro.
Yeah. Yes. And on that same note, I only know of one drug in the entire world, mushrooms, that don't require heating up to fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'm probably told you this theory.
That's because the devil's not in it.
I don't know what it is. That's okay. I'll take that theory. Let's go with that one in science class. Yeah, that's like a water boy. What's he say? What's he say when the guy's like, "That's your obla dugan bada" or something? He's like, "That's a devil inside you."
Dula oblongata.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyrie like, "No, it's a devil, motherfucker. That's what's in the mushrooms."
He's like, no, the devil is not in the mushrooms.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
But like weed, you have to heat it. Cocaine, somehow it goes through a huge process.
You do not have to heat weed. You can eat weed for sure.
It's not going to get you high though, because I've done it a lot.
No, dude.
Well, wait, the one out there. But did you dehydrate it in a dehydrator?
I have some dehydrating now. All right, so
if you take let me just throw this out there because I've done this.
All right, go ahead.
If you take some of my friends when I lived in New Mexico grew weed.
Okay.
Like one guy specifically, and he would give me stuff that he didn't need, and I would juice it because I've watched a lot of videos.
Like the leaves, yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually even emailed back and forth with some of these straight up like doctors that practices up in Northern California because they're having all this amazing stuff going on with results from cancer and stuff.
Without a doubt, dude.
And when you smoke the weed as a cancer, it doesn't matter if you get cancer. When you smoke the weed, the heat degrades the beneficial properties in the marijuana plant. If you juice it raw, unfortunately, anytime I tell this to a stoner, I see their face blank out when I say this part. But if you juice marijuana, it doesn't get you high, so you're wasting a lot of marijuana. And I lose them right now. Now I've lost like half the audience, so it's not gonna get you high. I told that to one like especially.
He just walked away.
No, man, he was really high when he got in the car. He had just smoked like a lot of weed, and dude, he just goes like, I'm not gonna be able to replicate how funny it was how he said it, but he just like with a wandering voice like, why would you want to do that? Like he just couldn't understand why I would want to juice marijuana and not. But anyway, so so you can juice marijuana. It's not gonna get you high, man. Yeah. I've done it. I didn't feel anything. I've been high a lot.
I have some in my freezer you can juice right now.
Okay, but is it the actual leaves or is it dehydrated?
It's the leaves.
Because I think that when you're dehydrated, the only way I've heard of is John Kohler. He did this thing where
I don't dehydrate it. I just stick them in a freezer bag.
What are you doing with the leaves? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna juice them. No, juice them.
Oh, okay. Just a heads up. I don't know if you can juice stuff and get the same type of. I juice all the time. We have like 3 juicers at our apartment.
I'll put it in a blender then. And put it.
I would actually
make a smoothie out of it then.
I think you should do that. Yeah.
I'll make a smoothie.
I'm actually a pretty good person to talk to. I can reference you to even smarter people.
I'm a pretty good person.
Oh, I do it all the time. I love it. Like juicing and smoothies and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's great to have you on a podcast.
Hey, that's also why we should do this cocaine thing, though. I want to get the coca leaves, whatever they make. It's not actually cacao, like from chocolate, but what do they call it? Like a Kevin, you're Colombian. What do they call the leaves that they use to make cocaine? He has a bunch of these.
I think it's coca.
Yeah.
Coca leaves. I think it's coca.
Should I also put out Kevin's address on the live podcast while I'm talking about him having a bunch of cocaine in his apartment?
Here, let me pull up his phone
number.
number.
By the way,
let me pull up his phone
Kevin
number.
doesn't actually smoke. He doesn't do cocaine or anything crazy like that. He's like the most straight edge guy I've met. I'm constantly trying to talk him into it, and he won't do it. He's like, no, man, no beer for me.
He's a good guy.
Kevin, yeah, he's really pretty funny. Anyway, so chew on the cocoa leaf, man. It'll get you. It's supposed to give you really good little energy going on. But okay, if you were gonna get high, not that you do, Kyle, but if you were gonna get high in your apartment here in North Hollywood, wouldn't you smoke it or would you eat it raw? And you're telling me right now that you've gotten high off raw consumption of marijuana?
Yes.
How? I want to know the details. This will be a good conversation. People probably will actually like to hear this thing.
Okay, so I've actually taken marijuana bud and just ate it, and it chilled me out.
Did it get you really high?
So when
I was wondering if it's because it's been dehydrated, because a lot of times they dry out the leaf and they sell it.
Well,
I've never heard of this.
So when you smoke weed, you have to dehydrate it. You have to get all the moisture out.
That's what I think. And when they dehydrate it, they're going usually above like 105 degrees. That's kind of like a marker that a lot of...
So you don't have to go above 105 degrees. You all you have to do is hang it up.
Do you think that's how they're dehydrating it?
Yeah, without a doubt. Because, I mean, if you dehydrate it, so THC is affected by heat. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to add heat. So if you were if you were growing any kind of bud, you wouldn't dehydrate it because it would create heat, and then that would get rid of the THC, which would decrease the potency of the bud, so which would make it
I understand
crack.
totally where you're going.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, Kyle doesn't smoke weed, but he just knows a lot about it.
No. I have a medical marijuana license, and I
Kyle said that,
partake.
not me.
Yeah. Anyways, and I grow it too, because I'm able to grow it
Wait. Hold
legally.
on. You're allowed to grow?
Legally, if you have a license or a card, is what they call it, you can grow up to, I think it's like up to 8 plants at one time. So you have like
God
2.
damn, that's a lot. Dude, I thought you...
Yeah, you have 2 small.
Can you grow after the last change in January?
You can grow any time of year.
No, after the laws change. They're changing these laws. They're
Yes.
trying to tax everyone.
So
Dude, this is the government fucking everything up again.
In January, anybody can grow. So right now, only people with a card can grow.
Do you know that they're trying to charge, I read it's like 45% tax on weed?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Well, there's going to be a black market, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, people like you, actually, that have like a medical card, will supply your friends. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying
No, I think
there are a lot of people out there that'll
I
do
think they're just people who have land or
Oh,
a backyard, would like, you don't like, man, you need like 4x4.
it. It's just home gardening.
Like, yeah,
Weed growers are crazy about
It's
it.
called weed for a reason. It grows like a weed.
Yeah.
Like, it takes nothing.
I read a book
And-
or watched a documentary. I can't even remember. It's called like The Emperor Wears No Clothes. Is it a book?
Yes, it's like a old Asian poem.
No,
Or
I'm talking
story.
about something else. Then
The
the thing
No,
I read
it's
was taken. It must have been a spoof on like an
it's
old.
the Emperor's New Clothes. It's where
No, I'm talking about something else.
oh, you're talking. I guess you're talking.
It's like an in-depth book about marijuana, like the history of it and stuff.
Oh no.
Okay,
I'm talking about the old Asian story where the emperor these guys trick an emperor believing that he's wearing these garments and he's not.
Yeah,
He's naked.
I know that. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That must be where the authors got the title of their book.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Well,
surprised you haven't heard of that book.
I haven't heard that one,
because
no.
every stoner loves that. Which Kyle's not, but if he was, every stoner loves a good weed book.
Well, I feel like
I'm listening. I'm just trying to type it in.
I got you, guy. I feel like there's a great market for marijuana in a place of like ibuprofen and all this kind of stuff, and I feel like that's the main reason why it's been banned for so long. And it's
Marijuana?
been without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Well,
It's
dude, I
because
cannot believe you
these
don't know
people have
this
been
story. You should read that book.
making money off of stuff that kills your kidneys, and you can just
Yes,
grow,
cancer patients. You'll do
Yeah.
much better doing
And you
raw
can-
food,
you can-
wheatgrass.
You can
enemas,
grow this stuff in your backyard.
Kerosene therapy.
Grow it in your backyard.
raw food, weed. Just gonna throw those words out there. Keywords. Google them.
Jesus.
Yeah, that
It's
is why
just
they call it.
it's just ways to getting your money.
Do you know this?
It's
This is
just
gonna-
ways of getting your money. That's it.
This is gonna blow your mind, dude. I don't know if this is true, but I read this a long time ago. This is in that book, which is a nonfiction book. I just showed it to Kyle. Oh, guys, by the way, Mr. Audience members, it's The Emperor Wears No Clothes, nonfiction book written by Jack Hare, starting in 1973. Okay, anyways, it was, I think, the Civil War. It was actually a law that you had to grow cannabis in your yard, in your garden,
During the Civil War.
or the Revolutionary. It was one of the
There's a
big-
lot of time in between
Yeah,
that.
but think about that, dude. It's not that much time. It's like a drop in.
I
in human
mean,
history.
in the human history
Dude,
knows it's like
where do they
a blink
go
of an eye.
from making it required to grow it to making it illegal to grow it? You know, like it only happened in the 30s or 20s or 50s or 40s. Like
It-
sometimes between like
no,
1910
it-
and 1950, they targeted.
Nixon was the one to like totally make it a Schedule 1 in which you can't even do a research on it. So like for a drug to be Schedule 2, you can do research on it, but 1 you have to get like super special permission from the government to do it.
Oh, okay.
And it makes it hard. It makes it harder to go through a process to get verification on it. And I think Nixon actually, from what I understand,
Is it fresh?
no, we'll talk about that later. From what I understand, he created all these reports, and the reports came back saying that marijuana wasn't bad. And all right, so this is my biggest thing. All right, when
This is
I
the most animated I've seen you, Kyle.
Yeah.
And you don't smoke weed.
yeah. So this is a conversation I have with my mom. I'm sorry, Mom. The first year after I came back from living in California, she goes, so I had been smoking marijuana in North Carolina previously, and she goes, "Do you still smoke marijuana? You know, since I've been in California." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom."
She knows?
Yeah. I told her. I try not to lie to my parents at all, ever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's crazy.
Why?
Because they're good people.
Okay, fair enough.
They're really good people. But anyways, I was like, "Yeah, I still smoke it." She was like, "Well, can you tell me why? Can you tell me why you smoke it?" I was like, "Well, let's look at it this way, Mom. Some people come home at the end of the day and they crack open a beer or they have a little Jack and Coke. You know what I mean? And it helps them relax and they chill at the end of the afternoon. And they just enjoy themselves. You know, it just takes the edge off a little bit. You can understand that, Mom, can't you? You've had a fuzzy navel, right, Mom?" She's like, "Yeah, I understand that." I was like, "Well, that substance that is legal in the United States, if you sat at a table and you drank as much alcohol as you could possibly drink, you would die. And at the other end of the table, you smoked as much marijuana as you could smoke, you would eat a cheeseburger and go to sleep. There's absolutely no moral devastation of human life in comparison to marijuana and alcohol. I feel like alcohol is more of a gateway drug than marijuana could ever be because you're ramming commercials inside children's heads with "drink this beer, be cool," and they grow up to be big kids who think drinking Bud Lights by the case is freaking cool when they're in college, because that's what I did. And it's like, and that stuff can kill you and does kill you every single day.
Yeah. So it's all true. Everything you said, I was peeing, but yeah. I got most of that. Yeah. It's true. What'd your mom say?
She said,
Does she agree or no?
Well, she's
neutral. Maybe she's
yeah. I think
playing
she's
the poker
I
card.
think she's neutral. She's
Wait, do your parents smoke weed?
Never. I've never ever.
Which means that before you were born, they were big stoners.
I doubt it, bro.
That's what that means.
I doubt it.
I know. I'm just joking around. Well, actually, I'm only partially joking. I know, I had like a good childhood friend that it turned out like all the times I would go, like he lived up the street from me. He was my only friend. Like we would hang out every day for probably like 3 years straight, right? Like all the time. The whole time his parents were smoking weed. We didn't know it. No idea, man. He told me later, I was like, "Yeah, I found a pipe in there," and they told me it was a tobacco pipe. Like later on, I was like, "That's a fucking glass pipe." Because now he's a big he does. Well, he got into some bad drugs actually, unfortunately. But,
Yeah, it happens.
Did not go well for him on that one.
You know what's crazy is I grew up, and I had a buddy of mine, and him and his dad both smoke weed, but they would never smoke weed together.
They should smoke weed together.
And then I had
I
another.
know some other people like
I had
that,
another friend and his dad, and they both smoke weed, but then they would smoke weed together. And it's just funny to see the difference in the cultures of like.
Is it father-son dynamics? Or
Yeah,
is it
they
cultural?
were, well, it was both.
Oh, let's pull the race card. What races were they?
They were both white. They're both
Oh, well,
white.
dude, how's that cultural? What do you mean?
Well, I
How's
mean,
that culture? It's like
well, I feel like
borders, language, culture.
well, the religion's culture, and they're both. One was religious and one wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So that's.
Does that
what-
count as a culture?
well,
Sure, it does.
I feel like it
Yeah,
does.
all right, I'll take it.
But
I went to the oldest church in California.
You're like, yo, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Hey, go ahead.
Sounds fair. Oh, no, that's all I had to say. Is I went to the oldest church on Sunday in California. Built in like the oldest building ever built that's still existing and like in use. Yeah, it's down in San Juan Capistrano. And it's like this Catholic church service in Latin. Did not understand any of it.
I took 3 years of Latin in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know any of it?
Fuck him.
That's the only words you know?
I know
Because it
some
sounds
other
like
stuff.
Fuck
Dude,
him?
No, no.
So you remember this guy when you're...
I-
That's all you've got? Fuck him? It's like, you were stoned and you're like, dude, that sounds like fuck him. And your friends were like, yeah, it sounds like fuck him. Like, let's remember that word. It's fuck him. And it's fucking him in Latin.
Dude, I had the most amazing Latin teacher. He was awesome. But it's a dead language, so nobody uses it.
Yeah,
so,
you don't speak
so,
it, right?
Yeah. If I don't speak it, I don't use it. But at that point in time, I was like, oh, I want to get to the root of all language. You know, I was on a
Good
deep
luck with that.
Yeah, I was in a deep spiritual quest.
Yeah.
And I just, I wanted to find out more about history, which is recently been more of a quest.
Oh, yeah.
that I've been
Let's
on.
talk about that dude, Dan Carlin. And now you've got, who got hooked on that is Kevin. Kevin was talking to me again about that today.
Kevin told me about Dan Carlin.
Oh,
and
that's why he's hooked on it.
Dude, he is
Kevin
good.
has a boner for Dan.
Dude, he is. It's because he's so good, dude.
But
He
does
is
Dan
so
Carlin
good.
just give you the official, story? Okay, is Dan
Yes.
Carlin stuff the same stuff that would be like a really, top-notch Cliff Note version of what you would read in high school and maybe even like AP history high school or something?
No, he's way better than that. Dude.
Okay, but is it still something that would be accepted by like the history teachers at a college?
Yeah, he's way better than that. I think.
Or would the history teachers be
I think-
dude, this is not history?
All right, personally,
No,
I think.
Well, dude, what do you mean personally? This is like,
the-
okay,
the- my as my opinion.
yeah. Well,
This is my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I think Dan Carlin could teach at any university
Oh no, you misunderstand.
on USA or
But does
the
he have,
or the earth.
what I'm really trying to say is, does he have any sort of like weird, crazy conspiracies in there, or he's like a pretty mainstream?
Well,
Is he distilling? He's basically distilling down history, right?
correct.
Like he's bubbling it down and getting the
Yes.
syrup at the bottom,
Yes,
right?
he's doing great.
Yeah, and he's doing it based off like the mainstream history, or he's like the Nazis actually went to South, Antarctica to go
He-
find the
from-
entrance to the center of the earth.
From what I've listened to so far, he's doing off what mainstream history.
Yeah.
does.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
What the
I love listening to the alternate
majority
history.
what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
majority
Yeah.
would think.
I love listening to minority history, the stuff that's like just laden with crazy
No,
conspiracies.
but
It's
oh
so
my
entertaining.
god, dude, his shit is so good, dude. If
Yeah.
you what is it?
I need to listen because, dude, I get a
Dan
text
Carlin,
message
man.
from Kevin.
If
Like,
you haven't listened to him, listen to him. It's so good. He
I
breaks.
should pull it up. Like, I have a feed of Dan Carlin links from Kevin or from you or someone.
I think
I
might
haven't
have
watched
sent
any
you-
of it. Well, dude, I click
I
on
think I
one.
might
It's
have
like,
sent you one.
yeah, it's like this movie's only 8 hours long. Would you like to start it now? Like, click back.
The one I listened to was 5 hours long, and the
Yeah, they
the
all are.
first
They're crazy.
hour is just him setting up the story. That's it, and that
Dude,
is so good.
Did
And
you?
that is so
Did
good.
you watch it for 5 hours straight?
There's nothing to watch. It's a podcast.
Oh,
So
so
it's
it's
a-
almost like a
it's-
Game of Thrones like
It's a st-
podcast.
it's I just downloaded. I just downloaded it and folded clothes while I was listening to it. Like
Oh,
while
okay,
I'm doing
okay.
busy work, I just listen.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, you know who's an interesting guy to listen to? I listen to a lot. Anyone else listening to this, check him out. This is gonna offend like a lot of people when they hear his stuff. I've listened to so much of it. Peter Schiff. He's like, kind of has like a lot of stuff from like this libertarian slant.
I don't know.
I
Peter
probably
Schiff.
completely lost you. Yeah, no.
I don't know him at all.
Just throwing it out there. Peter Schiff. He just has like these 10-minute little podcasts or 8 minutes. A lot of it's about like taxes or like he's not anti-government, but he's definitely what's the word, like, don't tax me and waste my money type of thing.
Libertarian.
Yeah, kind of. I don't actually know if he called himself libertarian. I'm not really sure. I'm sure he would on parts. I don't know. The thing is,
I feel like libertarians are Republicans who don't want to call themselves Republicans.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the platform is. That's the thing. That's why I just listen to his podcast. I don't actually know what his beliefs are on anything else other than what he says on the podcast.
Right.
And I don't even know what a libertarian's
Right.
the libertarian basically is like not that much government, but just a tiny bit.
I eat steak.
Like they're not like an anarchist, right? But they just want like a little something here or there, like little snippets. Is that pretty
Yeah.
much like I don't actually know. Like, dude, if you quiz me like what are the top 20 traits of a Republican, I wouldn't know, dude. If you gave me like 20 of those or like Democrat,
Racist.
dude, that's what it is, man. Everything's a race war now, man.
Really?
They want you to be boxed into either you're racist or you're not racist, or
Exactly.
you're like gay or you're homophobic, or you can't be like,
It's like you gotta have this label.
yeah, dude. They just want to label.
You
you
can't
for
just be
everything, yeah.
human.
Yeah, not at all, man. That's why I like when I listen to these people. If he's good, I'll listen to him. Like, if it's interesting, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes some sense. Like one thing he talks about is he thinks like the minimum wage should be abolished. He says there should be no minimum wage. You should be able to pay people as little as you and they agree to be paid.
At some point, I feel that way at times.
Yeah, I don't know. He makes a good argument. It'd be interesting. Not on my dime though. I wouldn't want to be the one living in the society probably.
I'm probably going to catch some heat for that.
No. I mean, like, dude, if we were living in that's a utopian society of his, our job at the inn would be gone, dude. We wouldn't be making like $60 an hour.
Yeah.
That'd be gone in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Or you never know. You never know what. But it's because
that's why I want them to find out.
That's the thing, though. You never know what. It's like if people were forced to work for something that was more than what they deserved, like so blatantly more than what they deserved, they would get. I feel like they would get pride.
Forced?
You know what I'm saying? Like
No, actually, I'm a little confused. You're saying if I was forced to work for more than I should be making?
No. All right. So if you're saying that, there was no minimum wage.
Yeah.
There's no minimum wage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well then, I guess nobody can force you to do it.
Yeah.
But the availability is there. That means that people are more. I don't know.
It's okay if you don't have it well thought out.
I'm trying to find the word for it.
Do you know this?
They're more responsible for their decisions. I feel like, you know what I mean.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
I'm trying to find the word for it.
Yeah,
but they would have to be. They would have to be more. It's like, oh yeah, well there's way more options, and if you don't want the options, then you have to understand you have to fight harder, to get better options.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing,
I feel like it might help people.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to go down to come back up. It's like a pendulum. It's like a pendulum.
Like 15 or something.
What's that?
The minimum wage in LA is like 15 now an hour, or it's moving towards that.
I think it's next year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. So, dude, they're just gonna automate that job. Like, if it's cheaper to develop a machine that can automate a job than it is to like pay people $15 an hour for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how they're gonna come up with that stuff. They're like, well, if we come and pay them $8 an hour, then it's cheaper to pay them.
Somebody's gonna write an algorithm that's gonna put you out of work,
dude.
And that guy's gonna get paid.
Like, I watch these videos.
Or girl.
Flippers.
Girls can code too.
Hey, we should think about making a robot that takes people's jobs away. Let's dress it up like Trump. We'll make it like a Trump robot. And all he does is
we can make a president. We can make a president that's like Trump but better. It's like all the things that people like about Trump will keep, and then all the things that people don't like about Trump will change.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they'll be like, oh, this will make everybody happy.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Like sell one of them looking like Trump and one of them looking like Hillary.
Yeah. Or they could be like a combined.
A Bernie. Who's the mix between Trump and Hillary? Wow, dude, that's a good conversation. If Trump fucked Hillary, who would they produce?
Oh.
Yeah. Which politician is most likely is the middle ground between Trump and Hillary? It's definitely not Bernie Sanders. He's
Dude,
even more.
We need to.
I'm gonna ask my friend Adam. He's like definitely into politics.
Adam,
I'm gonna hit him up.
Adam,
you know Adam. Yeah.
Adam, what's his name?
Let's not say his last name.
Why not?
Dude, Adam might find
I think he'd be down for the publicity.
I think he would, but I don't know if he would want this type of publicity. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm just gonna throw it out there, bro.
Okay.
You got to be careful when
you're It's always good to ask.
Talking about transgenders and Trump and Hillary fucking each other and then throwing out someone else's name.
Ask for permission. That's good.
Hey,
so people you care about.
You have to bleep out every time I say fuck. So I should say them in clusters to make it easier.
Man,
fuck. I
don't give a fuck. I've said so much crazy shit on this one. I might not give a fuck and just let it roll.
I'm gonna have to listen to some podcasts. I listen to Joe Rogan, Bill Burr. I don't know if these guys cuss.
All right. So, anybody listening this far, if you listen, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, if you're really bored and you're still listening, like an hour. Hey,
so it's an hour and 28 minutes we've been rolling. While, yeah. We've been rolling for a hour and 28 minutes. If you've been listening this long, you're fucking awesome. I really appreciate it. David really appreciates it.
I do.
Please subscribe to our channel. Yes. Please tell your fucking friends about us because we really freaking appreciate it. Thank you so very much. We're actually going to have to cut it short right now because he's got to catch a train down to Long Beach.
Oh yeah, I'm not like But yeah, we can just do the. Do you want to do the video? What do you do? The Facebook Live thing?
Do you want to do that? Do you still want to do that?
It's totally up to you. We can just do it for like 5 or 10 minutes, right?
I mean, yeah.
If you want to. I don't even know why it matters actually because I'm not on Facebook. But if you think it is a good thing, then sure.
I think it helps.
Okay. Yeah. You can do it. Go.
All right, start talking because you're people on podcast.
Oh yeah.
David's going to keep you entertained.
Mr. Podcasters and Mrs. Podcasters, if you're actually listening, I'm on my phone. I'm looking at the news. Tesla hit with another lawsuit claiming a racist work environment. I think I already talked about that. 27-year-old who converted a BMW into an electric car. Fuck him. I don't care. Let's see what else is on here. Sorry, podcasters. Kyle's probably just going to edit this out. Dude, Michael Savage's real last name is Michael Wiener. Get the F out.
Hey, we're live. Just so you know.
Oh, thanks, man. So I can't cuss.
Yes, no cussing, please. Hello, everybody. This is what? Do you believe?
Hello.
With David Glick and Kyle Greer.
I'm texting Kevin.
And it's
I had to give him an update.
This has been one epic episode. I'd say this is third episode's a charm. I think it's a really good episode.
Third episode. Isn't
Yeah, I think it revealed a lot about us as podcasters.
Perverts.
There's
Did we
some-
say anything bad? No,
No.
not really.
We had some good stories. We had some very good stories. You should all tune in to the YouTube link that's coming up soon.
I learned something new.
What'd you learn?
That Kyle's microphones, you can do like a Robert Goulet. What's that guy's name? Robert Boulay? You know that old serenader?
Buble?
No. No, not Robert Bublé. Robert.
That's not Robert.
You know who I'm talking about. Will Ferrell's done some like impressions of him on his things. I swear if I said his name, he'd be like, "Oh, that guy."
Isn't anybody tuning in? We are live now.
Well, dude, half the people of the country are asleep right now. Right? 'Cause it's like 10 or 11 p.m. I don't even know what we're still doing up, depending on what time zone you're in.
All right.
Robert.
So
yeah, sorry, I'm here.
it's been a good episode so far. Well, let's do a little recap for the Facebook people to give them a good reason to see the full episode.
Yeah, I don't know what we've talked about. We talked about
past experiences in our lives.
exposing your balls on.
Wow.
What's that movie? Wait, can we say that on Facebook?
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably not.
It's kind of late now. It's
But
up there. It's up there now.
I'm talking about balls like the type that are in my gym bag that I'm going to go play basketball.
Yes.
I'm a very good basketball player, and as
He
any of
is.
you that know me really well know, I love to play basketball with my balls.
He can dunk.
This is all lies. I've never played basketball. Hey, have you ever seen that movie?
That's better.
Waiting.
Yes, I have seen the movie Waiting.
Yes, in Waiting they expose her.
Genitalia.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say balls, as in gym balls.
Yes.
Okay, so we can't say it. Anyways, we talked about that. What else did we talk about?
Oh, we talked about
I don't know.
Talked about some kind of scandal with Tesla.
Oh, just briefly touched on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tesla's getting sued by more
People.
minority groups that are saying that there's systemic racism in the company, which I'm just saying I have no idea. I haven't been there. I'm just saying be careful what you wish for. What if you create systemic racism because they become afraid of hiring more people for fear of getting sued again? What else? What else did we talk about?
It's a fine line, bro.
It is. I know.
It's a fine line.
It's a very fine line. Hey, maybe Tesla's racist. It's possible.
We talk about California marijuana laws.
Oh, how they're changing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The taxes.
Yep, all that kind of stuff. We talk about the good. I don't know. It's an hour and a half.
I think we kind of just rambled on.
Yeah, but it's good though.
Yeah.
I remember laughing a lot.
Did we talk about Loch Ness Monster? We talked about that at the work.
We just talked that at the work.
Yeah.
We talked about the Loch Ness Monster at the work.
If you ever swim in Lake Tahoe, and Lake Tahoe is where Loch Nessie is supposed to be at.
Nessie.
We don't know. I don't know. I have no idea where Nessie is supposed to be at, but I thought it was Lake Tahoe. Kyle said it's somewhere in Europe. That makes more sense.
I think it's Scotland. I don't know.
It makes more sense because America,
Or Ireland.
pretty new country, how long has this fable of Nessie been around? I don't know. Has it only been around since like the 1700s?
Oh no, it's actually been pretty recent when they made a camera. They didn't really know about it until
So
Until
it's
they
fucking
found- they
Hollywood.
took a
It's freaking
picture.
Hollywood, yeah, it's
It's
definitely
fucking-
yeah.
who knows?
Okay, so it probably is Tahoe then.
Yeah.
If it's recent with a camera, imagine some like Hollywood producers like, how am I going to market my next Alien movie? Let's go up to Tahoe for a week and.
Let's go do it.
So Nessie's probably a product of Hollywood. I didn't literally just learning this right now.
So is the
Live.
the moon landing as well.
Well, you all should watch Kubrick's Odyssey by Jay Widener if you haven't seen it.
Kubrick's Odyssey.
Kubrick's Odyssey
Kubrick's
by Jay
Odyssey.
Widener is a crazy
Kubrick's
movie.
Odyssey.
Yeah. Now, if you're not
What's
a Kubrick,
that about?
The fake moon landings.
It's about a fake moon landing.
No one. How doesn't? Yeah. Kyle, you're in Hollywood. You're supposed to know this stuff. Yeah. It's about.
We didn't go to the moon.
It's about Kubrick staging the moon landings, and revealing that he did that in the movie. What's that movie called?
2001.
No,
No, it's not that.
no. Oh, you know which one it is? The Shining. Yeah, The Shining. There's another crazy one. I thought of another crazy one, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's probably true. It's probably true that
I
there's
love
something.
Barry
in-
Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon's a good one. I've seen
God,
that a
it's
lot.
one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
I love Barry Lyndon.
Everyone should research if they don't know about this, that Kubrick had essentially an unlimited budget for all his movies. He could spend as much time as he wanted filming them.
He was the man.
Yeah. Well, he was the selected man, right?
I guess so.
I think that's
The chosen one.
he was definitely the chosen one, yeah. I think that's why they gave him an unlimited time.
Yeah.
I mean, how long did they spend
They-
filming?
They do that in China, I think.
I don't think-
Like Jackie Chan.
You know what?
I
That
think
Jackie Chan movie that gets released out
I think
here
he
bombed.
has.
Did you see that one?
Well,
that they
recently,
released?
but I was
Yeah,
thinking
like a couple days
like
ago.
his previous ones. I think he gets unlimited funds.
Oh, worldwide, Jackie Chan's one of the highest paid actors in the
yeah,
world.
he's killer. He's killer, bro.
Currently, yeah. Currently, he's even
I
higher.
love you, Jackie Chan. If you ever hear this, I love you.
It's crazy how many people like Jackie Chan, but not in the States. No one
Really?
in the States. Yeah.
I think he's the man.
I like him. Yeah. Did you see his new movie? I didn't see it.
I haven't seen the newest one. No.
Yeah.
But I don't see a lot of movies unless I hear maybe a majority of people say, "Man, this movie's really good." Other than that, I don't spend the money.
But you went and saw that one movie, that Alien movie. What's it called? I don't know. The remake of Harrison Ford's movie.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yeah.
You told me it was good. didn't
That's
you?
why you saw it. But dude, I tell you, every movie's good. Wait, if you had any idea how
No,
many
but
movies-
you got pretty good taste.
Well, okay, I'll take that. Okay. Why would I argue with that?
Be biased.
Hey, I tell you what though.
No,
Af-
I have horrible taste.
After this is over, I'm just saying smoke a pipe of tobacco. Okay. Roll a little like Native American spirit cigarette, and then pop in on YouTube DVD player. Just type in like Kubrick's Odyssey, and
Kubrick's
it's
Odyssey.
gonna blow your mind, dude.
All
Wait,
right.
but have you seen The Shining?
Yeah, I've seen the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to kind of know The Shining, or it might not make so much sense.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Hey, I was thinking this is what we should do: a conspiracy movie review once a week, where we review some absurd conspiracy movie.
We
I'm just
can-
throwing it out there.
We can throw that into the podcast.
Like, yeah, that's
it,
what I
it
mean,
could be
yeah.
a segment.
It'll be
yes.
like Siskel and Ebert. What
It-
about- yeah.
You heard it first. It's the segment conspiracy theory movie
Review, yeah.
Review.
But we'll do it like really artistic, like
Yes.
France. Yeah.
Of course,
yeah.
thinking very deeply about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Having artistic opinions.
I love how all these people loved Louis C.K. and they said he was like the smartest comic of our generation. Now they hate him like in 1 week's period.
I love it.
Oh man, they turn on people so fast.
He'll be back up a year later.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he'll be back. Yeah.
He'll have a special and everybody like, he's so funny.
Do you go to comedy? To live comedy?
Sometimes.
I hardly do unless my friend's doing it because it's kind of expensive. It's easily a $40 or $50 night.
Yeah.
Which I know.
It's definitely a $40
sure, yeah.
night, without a doubt.
I mean, if you buy tickets to a good
Or
comedy,
you can go. There's sometimes free shows at the Ha Ha Hole.
That sounds terrible, man.
No,
already sounds like a terrible show.
Ha Ha Hole is from a movie. God, what's it called?
Kyle's gonna pull a Louis C.K. on me. He wants me to go to his ha-ha hole and then watch some comedy.
We probably need to cut the live feed off on
Yeah.
this.
You cut it?
Yeah, I cut it.
I do cut it. Bye.
Oh no!
Did you cut
We're
it?
just going live now.
Kyle! Oh,
It's probably good. It's probably better. Anyways, so we're going.
If you guys missed all that, Kyle thought it was live for the past while. He's talking about his.
You missed some good stuff.
Yeah, he's talking about his ha-ha hole.
No, I'm talking
This
about.
is why I never trust someone that smokes Native American cigarettes. They're just no good. Got to smoke the good stuff. The Marlboro. The Native American, they sprinkle it with stuff, you know? They're cutting it. They're cutting the cigarette.
So it's a comedy.
Okay, yeah. The ha-ha hole. Back to the ha-ha hole. All right.
That's from a movie. Ah, you're screwing me up.
Wait. The ha-ha hole's an actual comic club out here?
No. It's that name's from a movie, but it comes from I forgot the name of the actual comedy club. But anyways, they have free tickets there. Sometimes you just go in there, and they have amazing comics going there. Like one night I went in there, and this dude had me laughing so hard I couldn't hardly breathe. It was awesome.
Are they getting big names there? The ha-ha hole? Or just funny guys? Nothing wrong with funny guys that aren't big names.
Yeah. Because I mean, the big names came from somewhere.
Oh, 100%. You should sign up. I'm on some of those mailing lists for those comedy clubs. Like the big ones, the really big ones will, like, pretty often they'll mail out, you know, like you'll get 2 free tickets here or there. Like, yeah. Oh, and then what's the one in Redondo Beach?
I don't know.
Apparently Jay Leno goes there like every Sunday. And you get to like throw $10 and go watch him. And I guess his stand-up's
Sweet.
pretty fun. You know who has funny stand-up? Or
No.
not? I'm not going to say it's funny.
Tell me who. Tell me now.
It's just fucked up stand-up. It's or effed up stand-up, sorry. It's
Relax.
Bob Saget from Full House.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that stuff?
I heard he's pretty dirty.
Dude, so dirty. I mean, he talks about I think he talks about the Olsen twins.
Oh God.
Yes, in perverse ways.
He's like, I'm gonna get paid by this.
Did you listen to that? What was that podcast?
People would
that
go
went on
just to hear about that. I'm sure.
Bob Saget.
Yeah, talk about the Olsen twins. Yeah,
Totally.
they were
yeah.
like, oh, he's
Yeah.
talking about that. I want to go pay $30 for that.
Were you the one that said you were? Definitely wasn't you. You would have already said it by now. Someone was like their friend was somehow hanging out with him. Like they were like just happened to be his friend.
Not me.
Dude, they said he was like standing in his mailbox. You know, like they're just hanging out and like he
At
opens
Bob
up-
Saget's mailbox.
Yeah, like hanging out his house. And,
How's his credit?
No, he like pulls out an envelope and he said that like he opened it in front of him and I have no idea this is true. This is Facebook Live, right? I probably
Yeah.
should actually be careful what I say about these numbers.
Yeah,
though.
here, you want to cut it off?
Yeah, you probably. Well,
All right,
no,
let's
no.
cut it
Well,
off.
I'll tell you the story.
Let's cut it off.
after.
Let's cut it off. You want to cut it off?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to see the full episode. Sorry.
Well, dude, you probably can't say this on anything, right? If you're talking about someone's money.
No, let's do it. Anyways, what were you saying?
Oh, it's like he opened up his envelope and it's like, you know, residuals, like you get those for life if you have like a syndicated show and it's airing.
Uh-huh.
Like Full House is syndicated.
Right.
Until Bob Saget dies, Full House will be playing somewhere.
Right.
But he just gets these like random checks for like something insane, like 30 grand for a month or something.
Right.
Like, and Bob's just like, you know, kind of shows it to him like kind of like jokingly, but kind of like dude, look at my blessed life. Like I don't have to do anything and I'll make enough money to always buy food. Like,
That's crazy.
Really?
dude.
Wait, hey, by the way, are you off Facebook Live?
No, we're off.
Yeah. So that wasn't you that told me that story?
It was not me.
I don't know who it was. It might have been Adam.
I've never run into Bob Saget ever.
No, I know. It wasn't. I didn't talk to someone that was hanging with him. I was talking to someone that their friend was hanging with him. It was something weird like that.
I don't know anybody.
No, but you did serve Jared Leto, who's a douchebag. You're probably going to edit all this out of the podcast.
I don't care. He was a douchebag at that time.
Oh, once a
like,
douchebag,
you know-
always a douchebag.
No, you
right?
know what?
If you're 40 and you're a douchebag, you're not
I
going
feel
to
like
change.
I feel like there's always time for redemption.
And not for Jared Leto. No, he got what do you call it? Cut from that movie, The Death Squad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's like two.
that was a joke, by the way.
There's like a minute of him.
have you seen Death
Okay.
Squad?
Yeah.
Good, bad,
I forgot about it already.
bad.
That tells you anything.
What's the best movie you've seen in a while?
I didn't know Will Smith was in the movie.
Well, Will
Until
Smith
I
had
watched
a crazy
it.
following.
It was like, oh my God, Will Smith's in this movie? When did this happen? It seems so
Surreal that he's not the headliner.
no, it
That you didn't
was-
know about it. They
it
marketed
was like-
the fuck out of him before.
it was like weird. It was just like
He's trying to make a comeback. He did that movie with that hot blonde chick from Australia that no one really cares about.
well, he needs to do stuff that's good.
He tried to do it with her, you know, and it was like way different than his other action movies.
Yeah, I just
It bombed.
I don't know how I feel. Yeah, I just didn't feel.
Well, Will
It was-
Smith had an interesting. I wish I knew what was causing it. Is it that the planets are literally aligned improperly right now for his horoscope,
It-
or is it
it-
something else?
It might be just a mental thing for him. It might
Mental?
be
That he's getting older?
his just beliefs in the world.
He has some crazy beliefs. You can watch him
Yeah.
on YouTube. I've watched some of those.
Yeah, I feel like that's the situation. He's
You think he's on the wrong beliefs, or
No.
that they're just crazy?
No, I just feel like he's lost. He just doesn't know what to believe.
Maybe it's possible. I mean, he's super
I mean,
wealthy.
I've never met the motherfucker, but who cares about money? Look at Harvey Weinstein. He had a shitload of fucking money, dude, and he jacked off in ficuses.
Did you see that
you
picture
know,
that someone
you know,
took?
like who gives a shit about money?
Watch this. I've got to show you this.
You
This
know,
is
you can have all the
hilarious.
fucking money in your life. Like women can marry rich men, but what can keep those rich men from cheating on you every day? You know what I mean?
So you're saying women watch out, or
Like-
is
like,
it women don't marry some guy for money who's going to throw that on the opposite side?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't be a bitch and marry some dude because he's
there are
rich.
moralistic men who have money, but there are immoralistic men
Yeah.
who have money.
Yes, and on the 50%.
And I mean, it goes both ways.
Yes, there's
but it's
many-
it's just find out who people are before you fucking put a ring on it. Shit.
Have you seen this this picture?
Oh my god.
Someone took this.
Of what? Where? All right. So
That's a picture like of a.
so David showed me a picture of a suitcase with a whole bunch of drugs.
Well, just type in Harvey Weinstein suitcase.
Harvey Weinstein suitcase.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
Google, is you just Google Harvey Weinstein suitcase.
It'll show up. Believe me, yeah, it'll show right up. Especially with all the tabloid stuff going on. I mean, there's Harvey Weinstein, and for some reason his suitcase popped open, or he just didn't care. The passenger, they said that they asked him about it, he didn't even care. He's like, "Oh no, that's my medication," and he carries around
Hey, man.
apparently a gigantic suitcase full of insane medication. Like, look how much he has, dude. He is popping pills on a level I've known some pill poppers before that were fucked up. Not like this. Like, dude, no wonder he has erratic behavior.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken crazy
Yeah.
prescription pills?
How much?
illegally?
How much money would you pay to stop feeling like that?
To stop feeling the way he
To
feels?
stop feeling like you have to take all those fucking pills.
Oh, dude, he's fucked up.
Like,
On pills.
how
like
much
crazy.
money would
Yeah.
you pay? You can't. But he can't pay enough people. He has so much money, but he can't pay enough people to stop feeling that way, to stop taking those pills.
Oh, yeah.
And, that's what people don't understand.
That's why you should look into raw foods. You should type in, like, OK Raw is a good one on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
OK Raw.
I like that guy.
Raw foods is the exact. Oh, have you seen his stuff? John Kohler?
He's funny.
I've probably sent you some of his
He's a
stuff.
good. He's a goofy dude. He's
Yeah.
kind of like off the wall. Like I'm like,
Wait, are you joking around right now? Or you actually know who I'm talking about?
I think I am.
John Kohler, really?
You might need to pull him up.
John Kohler.
He's like, hey guys, this is It might not be the same dude.
John Kohler Garden.
He's got black hair.
This guy.
Yeah, that's totally that dude.
Dude, it must have been that I showed you his video.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of videos from him. What's
Oh,
his
that's
name
crazy.
again?
John Kohler?
John Cole. Yeah.
Yeah. I email him back and forth. He actually emails me.
Really?
Yeah, he always responds really quickly.
He's a cool dude.
Dude, I would.
He seems kind of
I'd-
out there a little
I'd
bit.
blow, man. If John was like,
Really?
hey, I really need a blowjob. I mean, not in a sexual way, but like, dude, I've been watching a lot of your videos. I never buy your products. I kind of owe you something. Hey, John, shout out, bro.
Let me Weinstein you, bruh.
Yeah, I'd suck you off, bro. I'm sure John would love that.
Take it easy. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.